It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you wanna don't hear. Maiyegun la wa mo to dodo. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun la wa mo to dodo. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti de o.
Hello there.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good morning to you.
Glory YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you for joining me. As you are joining, we've got a limited platform to share on tonight. I am just on Maiyegun's Diary Politico on Facebook, and that is also going to be temporary because I'm going to get kicked out of there soon. But I'm also on the Maiyegun's Diary Politico on YouTube. You can join me there if anything happens to the Facebook at any point in time. But now that you are here, please share the broadcast.
Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you.
Ani ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook.
And yes, we like you. Lórí YouTube. And yes, we like you. Thank you. Baba Baba Ewúrẹ́. And yes, we like you. I got this from Prince Jejeman in London. He said he wants me to shake it for every new or first-time caller on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And I got some branded shirts as well, which I'm going to begin to wear them, so to say. So, yeah, for those who saw the pictures, the photos of of myself and other people in London. So Prince Jejeman quickly shared something with me, a glimpse, just like a clip into what the musical video is going to look like, something like this.
In the morning, aruga, ruga. In the evening, waterways. Grazing route is a terrorist agenda. We are going.
You know? Here is another one.
We are going home. Biafra is going home. Oduduwa is going home. Janja, we dey do. We are going home.
Prince Jejeman. So he promised that when the musical video is ready, it's going to be so colorful, beautiful people coming together to express themselves, what they will wish to have, including a mock referendum that we conducted at the location as well. So a lot to look forward to. It's a message. And I want to implore us all to all grab it, view it, share it. It is so powerful. And I can't wait to see that. The fever of election is catching majority as we speak. And the righteous are there being tempted, blackmailed, or even forced to take all those false narratives about Nigeria. Election is here. And if you are sounding different, for example, if you are one of those who are sounding it that it is a waste of time, understanding the structural defects of the process, which we always produce the same thing, and we always continue to produce the same criminals, which will continue to give you the same results. So people like us who say it's a pure waste of time, we are going to be an easy target for those who have captured the fever and those who are going to capture it. They're going to make it look like this never happened before, where people came together to say, oh, we need to save Nigeria. Yes, if we don't do something now, Nigeria is going to break up, blah, 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 when election is coming. But when everybody get their share of the deceit, they abandon you to your fate, make your situation worse until the next election. So people like us are not really popular because our messages are not so kind of generally acceptable to those who are already in the election fever that will give them the same thing, just like they were 7 years ago. So they are about to, and your traditional rulers, your pastors, your imam, your everybody, many of them who have already condemned the system, not just condemned the government, but condemned the system, haven't figured it out that the problem is not just about the criminals that take over the political posts. It is the system that pop them up all the time, that will continue to protect them and will never, ever punish them for the crimes they have committed against you. So the fever is around, and my own mission and job is to use the little resources that I have to keep you, the righteous, those of you who have seen the light for the past 3 years, Many of you have seen it for the past 10 years, and you have been steadfast. You have told yourselves 10 years ago, except something is done, this Nigeria is done for. Many of you, or let me say many of us, by the way, many of us have already detached ourselves psychologically, mentally from Nigeria. But because we have this, our own family too, we have our own loved ones there too, they always drag us back into it. But I mean, psychologically, many of us have decided that we have nothing to do with Nigeria anymore. And I'm speaking the mind of millions of you like that, scattered all over the world. But now, many also are beginning to realize that no matter how long you spend abroad, one day you would eventually want to return back to your home, which Nigeria continue to destroy by their policies and their system of division. So when people began to see that listen, even if I live in America for 40 years, I'm going to get hold to some point that I want the sunshine for the rest of my life, no matter how much you stay away. So now people are beginning to realize that, see, there is actually nowhere to return to. If things continue there, as they are, there will be nowhere to return to. In fact, you can kiss everything that you have in your childhood memory and everything. You can kiss them goodbye. So this prompted people to begin to say, something needs to be done. We must do something. That is the reason why the movement, the message, the advocacy for self-determination, for Biafra, for Yoruba nation, for Kwara Rafa, for everyone who believes that this current Nigeria is faulty, and except something is done, the end result is going to be calamity, like calamitous. So 10 years, 5 years, many of you have known this truth, and you have been living that truth until this moment when you realize that you have not been the only one who have been living that truth, that this Nigeria is done for. It took many of us years to realize this. So many people who are now asking that Nigeria should break up. Nigeria should break up today. Most especially those who are currently living abroad, the diasporans. We give everything to Nigeria. We gave everything, and we continue to give. From time immemorial, we have been, the Nigerians in diaspora have been the ones who have been subsidizing Nigeria economy, even when your politicians are looting everything they can lay their hands on, sell off whatever they can sell off, and carry, and then what? And they ferry the money out of your country. Many of us have now turned to the subsidy providers, to our immediate families, to our friends, to our, our neighbors, including our communities. Now, as they destroy the country further and further, the remittances from the diasporans continue to increase and increase, because the poverty continues to increase. So is the demand from Nigerians who are back in Nigeria, who are the direct victims of the disjointed, ruined, corrupted Nigeria. So we, diasporans, we have been shielding Nigeria for decades. Remittances, billions of dollars remittances, billions of dollars of remittances every month, every year. And that is those who actually pass through their system. Now it has gotten to a stage whereby going back to that Nigeria now is becoming a big issue. You know your security is not guaranteed. No one needs to tell you anymore. Even if they tell you that they are exaggerating, they are over-reporting it. No, people don't listen to them. It is not that bad. Now, despite all your investment, despite all your return, every month, every week, people make money, transfer money back to Nigeria every week. They want to pay school fees. They want to pay house rent. They want to pay hospital bill. They want to pay police bail. And yet, we have now been sucked into the problems created by the rogue politicians in Nigeria. If you want to go to Nigeria now, you have to think of places you will need to visit. You need to be careful of your movements. And at the same time, this is not just about the terrorists who can kidnap you. No. Even their policemen can call their gun, right? And threaten you. You can face a situation of a life and death situation in a twinkle in the hand of their security. Now, it keeps getting worse and worse. As the situation keeps getting worse, so the people continue to become meaner and meaner and meaner. Now, you continue to believe and love Nigeria from abroad. Now, that threat has gotten to us too. And listen, the threat to our freedom, our safety in Nigeria is not only coming from the insecurity, it is also coming from the criminals in politics, criminals in power, who have now profiled many of us. They considered as a loud mouth, big mouth. They are sitting abroad. If you see them, arrest them for exposing what is going on. Now, that is for us in abroad. So which means the threat being faced by those back home is being faced by us here. Many people who actually complain. I barely sleep. Every time my phone rings like this and I see Nigeria number, I always have a kind of a panic attack because it's always going to be something to do with money, emergency, something serious, something that will make you. People say that to me. As Nigeria continue to get worse and worse and worse, so is the comfort of the people who live outside Nigeria continue to become more hyper too. So all of this then made it easier to table the option of, look at all the options that they have in Nigeria. Which of them do you think you will work with based on the present facts and figure? And there is no boju. And that is why the message and advocacy for the process of breaking up of Nigeria to free the regions and free the people, the nation that were forcefully fused together, and let them undo their own perennial problems on their own and stop this shared misery. That is why the message became popular. When you realize that everything you work for abroad, that you, when you were living, your mind and everything was that I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get to the top of my career. Then I'm going to build myself some lovely mansion in Nigeria. Oh, I'm going in my home country, which is going to be Ijebu. And then I'm going to relocate back at some point, start some business, give back to the community, and the rest of that. As the poverty continues to increase, poverty caused by politicians, and their policies are not hidden. These are not something that are happening like coincidence. They are there. You know what their policies and the effect of their policies on you. As the people continue to fall into poverty, so is the level of crime. So you that is living abroad, you have now started thinking that, okay, which of this danger should I consider palatable for me so that I can move my family back? We can go back and tour the entire Yoruba land, go to Iko, go see, travel everywhere, because Yoruba land is now safe. Now, if they are telling you that it's safe, you know better now, don't you? So that is why it's easier to now say, why don't you begin the process of making those who never thought their actions have consequences, and the consequences of their actions or inactions are so monumental that it is now becoming unsafe to even say you live in Nigeria. It has to be like one of the seventh wonders of the world to say, how did you survive? Or how are you surviving? It is coming to that stage now. And those of you in diaspora, every day you continue to add another year to when you are going to relocate back home. Maybe you don't plan that. Some of you have been planning to return back to Nigeria for the past 7 years or the past 8 years. When APC, Egbekegbe came in, some of you felt like it was time. In fact, some of you actually returned. It didn't take you 2 years before you ran back to where you came from. You realized that you have lied to yourself for so long that you believed in your own lies about Nigeria. So you ran back to where you came from. Now, many of you have been postponing your return to Nigeria, the ones you have had for decades. Remember, you've made money. You are rich. All this idea of starting a bigger farm, so that you can cut down the what do you call it? The food price and hunger. Now you are still where you are 5 years after. Some of you have been changing that and changing that, thinking. Now this is another election fever, election season. Some of you are going to begin to say, maybe when Buhari is gone, maybe Nigeria is going to be better. You are deceiving yourself. You are going to get used to another style of sufferings. And guess what? You will then come back to people like us again, telling you that the solution is here. There is a reason why your politicians are running away from it. This particular one will not only free the sheepies, it will also take away the wealth they have stolen from you and redistribute them according to the owners. Because the real wealth they stole from you is not the cash, billions they are stealing. Oh. Your resources that could make you rich as a people, live a better life, they have shared them, they owned them. And so far they own them, they own your wealth. So the moment Nigeria break up, there will be an automatic wealth redistribution, which means those who are holding on to it now, they will never let it go, because what they are holding on to is not because Nigeria is so rich and viable. No. It is because it is like a conquered territory, right? So once it is your turn, just take your rent, like rent seekers. Take your rent, and pass it on. It is never for you. It's never for me. So it's easier. And all the dramas are out there that people like us who feel like some of you are going to want to try, because it is your right. Listen. It is your right to say you want to vote. The reason why people like us don't support their election is because the process is so faulty that some of you are ignoring the defects in it. And you want to use vibes and inshallah to go and conduct and participate in a fraudulent election that is already rigged before it even starts. They did something. Let me give you these few examples. Why people like us feel like elections, as they say, is a pure waste of your time. It is your right, too. Okay? It's your right. That is why somebody like me, I won't come here and say, there will be no election. No. But Ilana Oodua as a group, they have done something. They took it into a legal way. They took it the legal way, challenging the fraudulent constitution that they have been using to conduct election, right? So that is legal, but it is your right. So if people like me tell you that their election is just the validation of the poverty they have structured for you to come and validate for them, and participating in it is just a pure waste of time, and why people like me continue to preach boycotts. I won't say no election, because saying no election means I'm saying you have no, your right doesn't matter. I don't think like that. Sorry. If that probably is the way some people feel, but that's not how I feel. But I can tell you and give you reasons, reasonable reasons, facts, to help you understand what is boycotting an election, that participating is just validating something that will eventually, eventually what? Kill you. And if you don't die, you do the same thing again the other time. But you can boycott, whereby it starts from, that's also a legal way too. You can boycott so massively that they won't even meet their own set legal limits. What do you call it? The legal stage or mark to say their election is worthy of an election. So I would preach to boycott. Why? I'll tell you. Northern Nigeria is a place where nobody has a scientific data of the population of people living in Northern Nigeria. Therefore, there is no record of any proven scientific record of the registered voters in Northern Nigeria. But for political convenience, they have structured it in a way that the population of Northern Nigeria is considered far, far bigger than Southern Nigeria, even though the Southern Nigeria is more populated, scientifically proven. So when you now want to conduct an election that is decided by number, you would expect some fair level of credibility, some level of credibility in those who are going to participate in that number. So we've seen videos, we have seen pictures, we have, hundreds, if not thousands of videos from Northern Nigeria where children as young as 7 years old are queued up to cast votes in Northern Nigeria. Many of you from Southern Nigeria, when you are doing your NYSC, doing your National Youth Service, Abi, in Northern Nigeria, you witnessed all of these abnormalities in your own election. You witnessed these abnormalities, but you dare not report it. That is the process that produces representatives in Nigeria. This is a factor. And they are not ashamed of it. No, they are not. It is only in Northern Nigeria where the terrorists, Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, and so many other terrorists that have occupied the place for over 12 years, it is the only region whereby when it comes to an election day, even internally displaced people, they will have an address to get their voter's card. Now, this is not me saying they should be discriminated against, but these are also part and parcel of what conjured the figure that eventually decides who becomes what in Nigeria every 4 years. So they did something. They introduced biometric voting, which means they have to take your biometric signature, your fingers, when you are registering to vote, which means at that point they will know if you are underage or you are not who you claim to be on the day of election. So that when you come around to vote, so you place your hand, your thumb, you place it on that biometric machine and your information will come on. It will come up. But guess what? In Nigeria electoral system, they also have something called electronic transfer of results. That is to say, if you cast your vote here now for this party, it automatically goes to that political party and they tally it to other votes. And everybody can see that vote anywhere all over the world. So they now said they built a server to receive all these data and store them. Ladies and gentlemen, when the day of election came, biometric fingerprint, 90% of the machines failed to work. Therefore, manual voting have to continue. Soldiers, police, NSDC, and all these other security agents, you will be seeing them standing by the polling unit, and you see children lined up. A lot of stuff, yeah? And in southern Nigeria, where people feels like getting their PVC is all they need, they actually work so hard because they always believe that all this grammar, speak grammar. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, we need to blah, blah, blah. Well, I say, okay, go and do it. It will be when they start, when they are sitting back and waiting for election results. That is when the three Kardashians, they will start coming. Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, 3 million votes, no void. Kano, 3 million votes, no void. Kaduna, 2.8 million votes, no void. Everything goes to this party. Just like that. They will say, Kaduna alone don't cancel three states. All of the three states in Eastern Nigeria. Yet you all know that the process is so fraudulent. Then since you have participated, what will you do? You complain. Yeah, go to court now. So when you go to court, because it is the system, the court will then say, yeah, go to appeal. When you leave appeal, you go to High Court, Abi. When you leave High Court, where you go again, you go to appeal again, Abi, or you go to Supreme Court. Then you will meet the tanko technicality of this world. And they will tell you for technicality purpose, for technical reason, they cannot cancel the election. In fact, let him finish. We'll consider this next election. So last, you will say, they don't cheat me. You won't go protest. That is when they bring out the Buratai the butcher and every other murderers wearing uniforms in Nigeria. And then they will say, what do you mean? Why did you participate in the election then? Do you get the drip? Do you get the whole thing? Yeah, that's the trip. But you can boycott it massively. What do you have to lose? See? But again, it is your right. Okay? I am not going to be one of those that are going to say, if they burn you well, come out and vote. Why should I do that? When I want to freely exercise my own right to self-determination, right to walk about and campaign that Yorubas deserve better without being shot, without being arrested or kidnapped. You get what I mean? Without being killed. So definitely, I'm not going to be one of those that will say, no election, no election. If you try, we'll kill them, burn you, will come out tomorrow. No, I won't do that. That's barbaric. That's pretty much like a thuggish. I am not like that. Remember, this is me. You may have your own way about it, which is completely yours. But to me, you may want to try it. But the one question you should ask yourself is this. Yeah? One question you should ask yourself is this. If elections have always been the solution, do you think your own parents, they wouldn't have resolved this problem long time ago? Don't you think that? Like, if every time they give people opportunity to choose their leader, their choice always counts, yeah? Do you think your own parents, our own parents, they won't have resolved this whole thing before they give birth to us? Like the Americans did. It wasn't so easy. America had to fight a civil war before they finally figured it out that, okay, you know what? We have to respect ourselves, Neo. Anybody will believe say anything else. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So they went for elections and elections and elections until they got it right. Abi, do you think if elections that these rogues have been putting together for decades, if elections have been the solution, do you think me and you, will be doing this thing we are doing right now? Our own parents, they wouldn't have made those choices back then. They had a chance. The first time they had a chance was when they were allowed to choose regionally. They chose people who represented them, who delivered, who served them. In Yoruba land, they elected people who served them. In Igbo land, in Eastern Nigeria then, yeah? They elected people who served them. In Northern Nigeria, Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello and co. In my own opinion, the Northern people, they elected the leaders that served them. The system allowed that then. And you saw the results. So if your parents have been very much allowed to choose, our parents are not so really dumb, they are not stupid. What happened was that many of them, they never believed that one day Nigeria will become what Nigeria has become now. They never dreamed it. Therefore, majority of them never had that zeal to push for real and break the chain way back. So they felt like, if this one not doing well, bring another one. Because they could, according to them, the economy is still manageable enough that they couldn't really feel it. They are old now. They are feeling like, I wish that when in the 1972, I wish Baba, you are old now. So if you are warming up to go and vote election, ask your parents if elections could solve it. Why are you now joining people to say NSAS, stop brutalizing, stop corruption, give us electricity, give us a road, give us the security, give us this? Why are you at your age? Democracy, this demonstration of craziness started in 1999, but Nigeria did not start in 1999. But 1999, if you are watching me right now and you are just about 23 years old, my dear sister, baby me, your parents, they killed to vote in 1999. Some of them, now because of waiting they expected, Nigeria will become when the military is gone, when the military are gone. Now the joy, they take do that nice sleep will eventually produce you. I'm not trying to say, because it be like saying a joy, baby boomer, I've been con. 1999, end of military, democracy, government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Now, so then give birth to many of you. If you are 23 years old, 22 years old, now democracy, joy, your parents decide to have you. Some of them, even when they told them that when your mama told your papa that, John, it be like, I don't get pregnant, I don't get beleo. Say, don't worry, Nigeria is about to get better. I'm a graduate. I'm a mechanical engineering graduate. Baby, don't worry, let's get married. This is democracy. And all this military will be gone. You are 23 years old today. You are still joining us to do NSAS. Give us job. We are dying. What is all this? And the rest of it. If you don't want your own children, I am talking to you now, all of you who are in your 20s. I'm talking to you. They are telling you to go and get your PVC. Now, so then told your parents. In 1999, 23 years ago, they told them, this is democracy. We all need to come together. And then it will be job awarawa, fun awarawa, bobo. And so everybody feel like, say, oh boy, omo, hey. They can't give birth to you. You enter Nigeria. Nigeria happened to you. You and I are now talking about what is the solution to waiting day now. 23 years old man, 23 years old woman. That is how it happens. That's how it works. You are 23 years old. Some of you don't get your own children. 23 years old, you already have about 2 kids. Some of you don't get one. Some of you don't expect one already. Some of you are doing your wedding. Tomorrow, Saturday. Abinobi so, 23 years old. They are telling you to go and get your PVC. Nobody is telling you what will be the future of your children. 23 years ago, that was what they told your parents. Nigeria is going to be better now. They did songs. Different musicians. They made different songs. Hope song, everything. United Nigeria, one Nigeria, people, all this nonsense. 23 years after that, you are here watching Maiyegun's diary Politico. We are talking about, shall you go do them again? So that in the next few years, your children, you will become mama. Yeah, your own mother, your own parent, if they are still alive, they will become grandma. That is it. And before you know it, like Yoruba will say, Omotoni baba wola, Omotoni mama wolowo. This is how it happens. Your decisions, when you boycott an election, it is a referendum. But those who want to take their own turn, they will tell you, you are making a mistake. Tell them, shall not be mistake you make, your papa make. No be mistake your papa and mama make. In 1998, when they were dreaming of democracy, when they were happy celebrating democracy, in 1998, 1999, are they still celebrating? Then give birth to you. They call you a young millennium. A millennial. You remember that the whole thing lasted for just about 7-10 years. Then be millennial. Indomie generation. Don't they pay house rent? Indomie generation. Don't they pay their own, they don't care for family. Indomie generation. No Indomie anymore. Indomie long. So if you don't know how this whole thing really works and they affect you and they suck you in and you continue to join them to hope, the fever is around now. You need to decide your future. You are the young people. Your future is in your hand. You need to elect. Criminals are telling you to elect good people and they are presenting themselves. We are the good people. And you, I prefer you they talk English, Abi. They blow grammar. People like us will continue to give reasons why the process is faulty. The end goal, which is the end result, is known. But when they do all these things with you, after the whole thing, after the party, not be everybody they go house. After the whole show of everything, blah, 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 what happened next? You carry your cross. Like this, one of your minister. You will carry your cross. And then you wait for another what? You wait for another, how many years? You wait for another 4 years. So that you can catch the FIFA again. And anything they say to you that time, my friend, what is the solution? We cannot just say we will not vote. I'm not saying don't. I'm giving you reasons why if you don't, you will be right and you will justify it. it is a referendum on its own. If the number of people they expected to come out and do can join and validate their fraud, even with their rigging and everything, if the number should fall, for example, in Yoruba land or in Biafra land, if numbers should fall by more than 70%, you see those one who are going to still get the scramble and the whatever of the leftover of those that will validate them, they will know they are running an illegitimate government to start with. And guess what? They will realize that people are just kind of buying their time. One day, this kind of referendum will be bigger than what they have witnessed during their own election. So it is a long one because it is like an ad, it is an ad sale. But I am not afraid to tell you why it is also a waste of time to encourage anybody to group together and say they want to do an election. Election where? Election where? Validation is what you want to do. So sometimes if you don't, I'm talking to you now, the millennials, the Indomie generation who are now anti. I know some of you, I don't have many 23 years old on my platform, by the way, sadly, yeah. The, what do you call it? The stats that I always get is that I have 29% of my viewers, my subscribers of Maiyegun's Diary Politico are between the ages of 24 and, are between the ages of 34 and 45. The next bigger demographic audience I've got is between the ages of 45 and 54 years old. Though. I want Balagbao. No wonder. I've got so many professionals on Maiyegun's Diary Politico who always kind of pay attention to detail. They're like, I pay attention. Maiyegun said so and so the other day. That I want to say something about that. People who are actually like intelligent, elderly enough, right? So I have them. They are the second biggest demographic audience I've got on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. But you see the people between the ages of 24 and 34, they are just about 19% of my audience. They are even like a fourth. The third biggest demographic audience I have, they are between the ages of 54 and 64. Just like that. Elderly people, they here. That's why we call it the temple of truth. Where people, when they get to a certain age and they realize that the truth that they have known for all their lives, for once, somebody is just saying them. So that's one reason why I have a lot of you here. So thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you, every one of you. But I am addressing those who are just between these ages of 18 and 23. You were called the Indomie generation, the new millennials, the millennials. But Nigeria happened to you enough that today, you see people in that age bracket, they actually constitute between 18 and 20, 24, 25. You currently constitute more than 40% of the population of Nigeria, generally. That's a massive number that could decide who becomes who or who becomes what in Nigeria. But the system will never let you use that. So they're telling you to go and get your PVC. Some of you, you need to witness it. You need to find out before you realize that Maiyegun that is telling you that don't waste your time. Don't get carried away. Nothing they are telling you right now, they didn't tell your parents. Nothing that you are reading today or they are promising today that they did not promise your uncles. Listen to me. Some of you, 4 years ago, you are just about 19 years old, remember? Which means you voted 4 years ago. Some of you who are just about 17, 16, 4 years ago, you are now going to be eligible to vote. So they are telling you things they told people your age 23 years ago. Oh, you need to take your destiny in your hand. You need to stand up for your future. You need to get your fellow youths, bring them together. You need to support good candidates that love you. How do you know candidate that loves you? I'll tell you. Though they may tell you to be pretending, but I'll show you. How to know a candidate that is very, very serious and possibly will deliver. Excuse me. So, first, you have to identify something like this.
It is Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu again. And this time, we are here to convey his message, to convey his humanitarian services, to convey his philanthropism to Kano people. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a household name, not only in Kano, not only in Nigeria, but world over. That is why his generalist Muslim brothers, he decided to bring this to our people, which will serve as a palliative, especially this time, the last 10 days of Ramadan. So for us, just put him in our prayers, pray to Almighty to make things easy for him, to have an easy ride to be our next president. And as I said, this time, this is at 1,200 bags of 25 kg of rice, and also 600 bags of 50 kg, which will be distributed to different categories of people. We have 453 national delegates. Each of them will receive 150 kg.
That's the one I can use as an example for now. I'll give you more. So you get exposed to things like that. Yeah? So when you start hearing names of somebody who is giving food to the poor people during Ramadan, somebody who is giving food to poor people or giving money to poor people, that must be a good person. Such person they must be a good leader then. But because you were born into darkness, you will never probably want to know how did those poor people ended up begging to be fed by this one politician or this politician or that politician, because you are born into darkness. Now, they will tell you that politician feeding people, sending people to Mecca, renovating a community school, sending a paracetamol to the clinics when there is none. That guy is a great leader. Meanwhile, you are living in poverty, so to say. Then you begin to believe that it must be. Ask your parents to. I decided to send most of them back home today. Ask your parents. Did they not tell them the same lies when they were younger like you? They were told the same thing. In fact, the same rogues that you are seeing today, they have actually been the same rogues you've known all your lives, right? Same with your parents. Most of your parents, they've never known other politicians or other names or what have you when it comes to political power in Nigeria, other than these rogues that you are seeing today. Your parents served them. You are serving them well every time you stand up to defend them. But again, it is your right. I mean, it's your right, of course. You have the right to say, I want to participate in this. You have the right to association and all of that. Just same way it is our right to have the right to peaceful association, like demanding for the referendum for Yoruba nation. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Exactly. But some of you will never find out why people like us would rather ask for a referendum where people will be tested to choose if they still want to be part of this contraption or not, and what will be the conditions of being part of that contraption. You get what I mean? The reason why people like us are like that, Some of you will need to find out. So that's why I'm not going to say no election. No. Sometimes we need you to touch that fire. When you feel it, that's the moment you likely then feel like, oh, no wonder. So that was why Maiyegun said that it's a waste of, damn, I've just wasted my time. I'm happy that they didn't kill me. Because you know why me? I am not always going to be all out fanatic about, hey, you are just an idiot. How can you not see it? No, I'm not going to always be like that. It doesn't make any sense. It's because many people who are asking that Nigeria, the conversation around there, the breakup of Nigeria, many people who are talking about them today, do you want me to shock you? Many of them, as at last year, December, they don't agree that Nigeria should break. Do you know that? Some of them are watching me right now. There are people on this platform that they have been following Maiyegun for years. And not until just few months ago, they never agree that Nigeria problem is beyond anything than they should go back to the base. How did this start? Where did we start from? And go back to that place and then break it that way and let everybody handle their own affair. See, some people on this platform, they have been watching me. They just sit down there and watch. Continue talking. You're just wasting your time. Until a few months ago, when they started feeling like, oh, man, Maiyegun right, Isha. Damn. I'm so angry that Maiyegun is right. There are people like that. And there are people like you right now who feels like, shut up your mouth, my friend. We need to pray for our country. We are Titani. Don't pray for your country. Pray, do anything you want to do. But Nigeria has a way of humbling people. It will humble you. Honestly speaking, you will sit down and say, man, go see your country, man. Forget it. Guess what? All the messages of Maiyegun will begin to make sense to you then and say, it can't be like, say, this guy don't see. I didn't see any future that you are not seeing. It is just that many of you are refusing to accept it and say, no. And I know why. I find out. The reason why many people just don't want to agree with that picture, like, where is Nigeria headed? Where is Nigeria going to? And when they see the picture, they no. God forbid. Let us pray for good leaders. You know why many of them say that? Because they have investment in Nigeria that they feel like if Nigeria should break up, they are automatically going to turn to Olushi. But that is also a miseducation. The breakup of a country doesn't mean that you are going to be enemies. Aren't you going to still share border? Aren't you going to still kind of share trade? Are you not going to have to run things? Are people not going to live in those places still? Come on. Don't let anybody scare you that talking about the breakup and the rest simply means you are just going. No. It is out of selfishness for you to even think like that. Because it is bigger than that. You will lose anything and everything in this current Nigeria and nothing will happen. You know that. It is about who knows who and other. So yeah, I'll let you go and try it. I mean, go on. But you see those of you who have been very faithful, the faithful, loyal member of the Temple of Truth. We know plenty, but we thank God. Because on this platform, I'm not going to say 100% everybody is already a born-again brethren of the Temple of Truth. There are people on this platform that are still going through their own process of medication. Somebody said meditation. I know it's not meditation. You see this thing where they drop every night. Some people told me, they said, Maiyegun, if I don't take anything from you every night, going to bed, it's going to be like something is missing. You are just like that medication for me every night, especially those who actually start with me every night. If I don't watch you in a day, Maiyegun, it's like I've not used my medication. Of course, some people do here. Now this daily dosage medication, awakening, and the rest, that keep them fit. There's so many temptation everywhere. Support your brother as a Yoruba man. You should wait for Biafra. Let an Igbo man be president. So many temptation everywhere. Look at how many people they are killing because of Biafra. Why don't you just say, my brother, we love, to stop this Biafra thing so that you can be alive. But yet you didn't. You still stay on. So you need all these daily dosages to keep your mind, your consciousness, your everything, your spirituality against all these dark forces, dark voices. Do you understand that? So there are people on this platform who haven't really received the healing, and they're always welcome. This temple, Maiyegun says, let ye who seek the truth and ready to live with the truth, no matter how hard and how unpalatable it sounds to your ears. Let ye who seek the truth come before thy temple. Me saying that everybody go get healing. Some people stubborn. You see, Nigeria has bashed some people beyond repair. But somehow, they're going to use this platform as a therapy. Just for them to understand that even though they know the truth, they choose not to follow it because it's so hard. They still need this sermon. They still need this preaching, this whole thing as a therapy to remind them that maybe they can always have a place to fall back to when everything finally boomerang. So yeah, we don't expect everybody to be on the same page with us, but as the fever, this Nigeria election fever is spreading, and we are also working to win more souls, more hearts, and make them understand what is at stake, and at the same time to make them see that they have choices. Whatever choice they make, they should also know that they will be responsible for them. This is like multitasking. So we are not many, but we are grateful for this gathering. Because you see, those who are here, we are doing our best so that this fever will not catch them. People where they shout Biafra today, no go on they shout Peter Obi tomorrow. People where they shout Oodua Nation today, no go on they shout Tifnumbu Oshibajo tomorrow. It takes a lot of work and serious spiritual awakening, which is what I am doing. And it is a thankless job, people say, but I have been thanked many times. I've been appreciated for doing this again and again. And that is why we need to show this. The election is fraud. Don't just say it. You need to own it. So when Ilana Oodua said they are approaching courts, I actually loved it. When I saw them come out of a court premises in Ekiti, I said, bravo. Let me show that to you before we go to PDP screening, and you will see the characters who won't be your president. 17 presidential aspirants in PDP alone. In APC, it is about 30 aspirants. Baba, ask yourselves. I'm coming to that one. But we will see those who are actually pursuing what they say, walking the talk. Ilana Oodua, UK. Ilana Oodua, worldwide. We saw your hand, though, and we're happy that you are putting action to your words, just like this.
ẹjọ àmọ́ ó lẹ́ní fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàrọ̀ òjìrì gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì.
nǹkan tí mo máa sọ fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ni pé kí wọ́n fi yèdénú ká dẹ̀ máa gbàdúrà ká má dẹ̀ go violent bí tàwọn kan nítorí pé tá a bá dè sọ ìlú wa kò sí tó máa bí ibẹ̀ fún wa this our Jerusalem. whether tí Nàìjíríà bá pín o Nàìjíríà ò pín o ibi tá a wà yìí náà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá máa wà. tá a bá lọ jólé tá a pààyàn tá a bà dúkìá jẹ́ àwa náà ló ní. a yàtọ̀ sáwọn tọ̀hún nítorí pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọgbọ́n. ìmọ̀ àti òye. So ẹ fi ìdùnnú ká dẹ̀ máa gbàdúrà ó máa ṣe é ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run.
That was them after their Ekiti court case. I like the move, even though some will say there is nothing that will come out of it. But you can't say nothing will come out of something that you never give a try to or you never give a shot at. It's a rigged system, we know. But again, we are yet to see any real legal challenge that will challenge that fraudulent 1999 constitution that they said, we the people. There's so much lacunas there for you to challenge. All of you are studying laws in Nigeria. I don't know what you are studying laws for. Laws in a law. You are studying law in a lawless country, and you are using a fake decree, military decree as constitution that says we the people. And yet you lawyers, you have senior advocate, this senior advocate, that, this senior lawyer, that lawyer, and all of them. But you've never asked yourselves that, is this not a joke that we are all quoting a fraudulent book that says we the people, but yet there was never a record of the people of any part of Nigeria ratifying any part of that book. So I love it when they challenge, and just you never can tell. They said that the Osun State government are already interested in the case. So since a Tanko technicality is going to probably get involved eventually, so it's going to be a long legal battle. So they said they will have the election, and the judges, they're expecting a judge to, to give a date when they're going to say, okay, listen to our deals and stop that election. And that's the legal one, right? So we see how that goes, but I love the move, I have to say. God bless those who put that together. So far, so good. So yeah, I was talking about Obi earlier. So somebody sent me this. They said Obi was somewhere in Aba, Abina, Onitsha, or where have you. And here is the song for him. You know, there's this kind of political, I'm talking about this political fever, all right? Election fever. There's this growing kind of advocacy or some sort of a movement that Nigeria could have a last shot before everything pafuka finally. That once Nigeria, just like they told you in 2015, once Nigeria misses it, then Nigeria should forget it. And that is one last shot to prove that Nigeria is indeed one. And with what they did for the Yorubas in 1999, when they killed Abiola, and they did not want the Yorubas to break away from Nigeria, as if to say maybe those guys had the capacity to actually break us away then. But they were so scared of us that all of them agreed that, you know what, all political parties should field Yoruba. Do you understand? All political parties should field Yorubas. And that's what happened. That was how Olufalaye and Obasanjo became the two top presidential candidates for two major political parties in 1999. An arrangement that they felt was necessary to prove that Yoruba should not break out. Boko Haram has committed a lot of atrocities in eastern Nigeria, and all these politicians, they are aware. In fact, they collaborated with him. So people are now saying that with what Nigeria has shown to the Igbos, it is only the Igbos that you have so difficult to actually sell to anyone. I mean, to most of these people in northern Nigeria who are always politically correct because of what Nigeria have done. So they said, okay, if you want to prove that Nigeria is one and the Igbos should not leave, then give them presidency. So somehow, they now created a movement for Peter Obi as at least the one that goes about and talks about what he is going to do. Not like the ones that will tell you, I am the most popular, I am the most richest, I'm this and that. You know what I mean? So because of that, they now said Obi is only popular in the East, or he can't, you know. So there is already an in-house, they call it in-house gang up that make Obi enjoy all of this. So, but by the time they finish the screening and they do the primary, so Obi will be out of the picture. But some people are saying, no, what do you mean? That now the Igbos when they vote, now them cause them. That if you go and check all of your registered voters outside Igbo land, in Lagos, in Ogun, in, you know what I mean? In northern Nigeria, you will see them there. I don't know if they have voters card or not, but they are everywhere. Enough that if Obi want to shock you and show to you that it's a lie, it can be going to every city and it will be welcomed. Just like something that somebody else sent to me. They said this also happened in Lagos. But guess what? For being an Igbo man, Peter Obi, according to the rest of supposed one Nigeria, Peter Obi cannot be president. Even though Obi himself doesn't even like the toga. I've read him. He doesn't like the toga of being called the Igbo president. He wants to be called the president of Nigeria. There's something I'm going to add to that. So they sent me this from Lagos. So it's like that's going to be the song. So you're going to see more of that in this their election fever. So they said maybe Peter Obi could be that new figure of a new fraudulent unity, a kind of hope that will make you want to think twice. Man, I have to save my brethren. You go see Fimo. This whole drama they are plotting and putting together, a lot of them are going to try and suck you in, and you're going to begin to have excuses too to save you from that. You need to know beforehand so that you don't get caught up and say, oh, when you see them, you just laugh. Say, something like Maiyegun say, I like them, but it's all going to end in what? In the same tears. Maybe not for them, but for you, that is going to give them or allow them to steal your hope again and say, oh, we'll give you another hope. Let's give you another Obi. But whatever. You know what I mean? So they did their screening, and in their secretariat, there's, let me see, where's that clip? I got, I think, 2 clips. So I think there was a part where they asked Peter Obi about Igbo presidency. And I remember I've told you too, I said, listen, you are those who are seeing yourselves as, I am Igbo, I am I'm Biafran, I am Yoruba, I am this or that. So that when something happens, you can say, oh, they don't like the Hausas, oh, they don't like the Fulanis, oh, they don't like the Igbos, they don't like us, they don't do this and that. But you see, for those elite, those political rogues and criminals, it is just a pure class thing. It's not about where they come from. It's about class. It's a class war. To them, they are there. To them, they are there, and you are here. So you need to take a leap to jump there, and it takes a big jump to get there. Now you they identify as they see what they did to an Igbo man, see what they did to a Yoruba man. Ja. No, any one of them who comes to that seat of power in Nigeria, they will turn their guns on you for asking for Yoruba nation. Trust me. If a Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria, in fact, he will say, I can handle them better. Don't worry. He will turn his gun on you first. He will tell the soldiers to kill you right away for asking for Yoruba nation, because according to him, you want to destroy his government. He's a Yoruba man, a Yoruba president. You idiot are asking for Yoruba nation. Don't you have brains? Kill them. So don't let it shock you. If anybody is selling to you that a Yoruba man being president is good for you, it's good for Yoruba nation, they are lying to you. So don't let anybody do that to you. If you allowed that, don't blame them, blame yourselves. The same thing for any Igbo president. If Igbo president emerges tomorrow and you carry Biafran flag, though first they will say they are trying to address the reason why they carry flag. Then they will tell you to keep that flag. If you say one name, or Guinea, or you know what I mean? No, we know. He will be the one to order the soldiers to shoot and kill you. You know why? Because they will say, CEO, to him, you want to destroy his government. Because you know what? Nigeria is now his own territory. You can't break any part of it away. So don't let anybody lie to you about this, Igbo, this and that, in this their fraudulent election. That's why I said do not get caught in their scheme. You just need to know. You also need to know as it is going, so that you are never going to be so shocked or surprised by what is going to be the end result. That's one thing about me. That's one thing about my friends here. It may take a time. We always know where it's going to end. And when it gets to that part, we wait here and watch those who felt like it will never happen come down here and complain and say, I never believed this is going to happen. I say, well, now you better believe. So the characters, 17 of them, they were inside the PDP secretariat to get cleared from, So I wanted to share something with you, because Obi said he doesn't care about, this shouldn't be about where anybody comes from. It's about how to save Nigeria. In a short word, see.
Nigeria is unproductive. It is collapsing. They are looking for a fixer. Someone who has started getting wealth. Not about where is this. Where you come from is important, because some people can say we're looking for equity and justification, which is necessary in a diverse country. But most important, we want somebody that can start creating wealth in Nigeria. You need to check my track record. I'm a trader. I've operated in the corporate world. I've been a governor. That is the record you need to check. You don't need to ask me, just check my trajectory. And I've been everywhere in the world, and I believe I can fix it.
And he's right, to his record, he's right. He's the only person who can stand in a room and talk about economy, and talk about trade, commerce, and talk about jobs. Yeah, he's the only person among them. Apart from that, apart from him, well, you see them. Some of them were there today for screening. Somebody like Were Wiki.
He's a very quiet person. I don't get such time. You are talking and it is showing. I don't get such time. Wait for me to say my camera. This place is not a biggie. A biggie. You should block that. You
Don't go that far.
All right, we'd like you to just tell us briefly about your experience on the screening.
It's
a number of things, trying to cross-check your documents as regards to what you submitted to them. You presenting the originals of your certificates. They compare it to the documents you submitted to them. Thereafter, they just asked me a question. What do I think? If I'm elected as president, will be my major focus. And I said, it's obvious, the major problem in this country today is the issue of insecurity. If you cannot tackle insecurity, then there's nothing you're talking about. If you get if you bring the issue of insecurity to the level where people are happy, then you can talk about the economy. So you can't talk about the economy without the environment being safe. You can't talk about improved agriculture when people cannot go to farm. So everything revolves around security. But that requires also a strong leadership, a courageous leadership. And that's what I have.
So as an aspirant, the first hurdle is passed. What other hurdles do you think all other aspirants are looking forward to come?
Well, for me, I believe that I will scale through. But I don't want to say I have scaled through, but I believe I will scale through.
You will. You will.
We're a wiki. And it actually makes sense there. Do you know that? There's nothing you can do economically or any other plan development in the face of insecurity. He's right. You can't farm when terrorists invade your farms and destroy that or murder farmers. You can't do anything in the face of insecurity, of course. So he's right. But he's weary. Forget it. Somebody will take the message and leave the messenger. So they are screening for who wants to be president. I think Tambua was there too. The one they said was the campaign from PDP. He also went for screening.
What are we here? Somebody let them go and tell them. Nobody is there. Okay, nobody is there.
No, you just want to project the answer.
Nobody is there.
You are the first.
And the funniest one, was a guy who declared to be governor of Rivers State so that he will succeed with a wiki. Right? But you know what the guy did? I don't know what the guy did, Sha. Governorship candidate, now so with the wiki said they should pick him up. Now so they bundle and arrest a governorship candidate who also happened to be a House of Rep member. Wike told him, don't ever declare to be governor. You declare, which level now? The guy go declare to be governor. Wike said, arrest him for whether they do screening. But as if that is not even like mad enough. Just a few days ago, we were talking about the way they displayed the body of late Alaafin Oyo, remember? And we said some of these things, right? They are meant to be kind of sacred enough, not for what they are making of it these days. And which one is Allahu Akbar on Alaafin? Baba, got the budget. especially in Yoruba, in nǹkan ti wọ́ gan, tó ti bàjẹ́ gan. We were talking the other day about those who got kidnapped on Kaduna Abuja Railway, remember? And just 2 days ago or thereabouts, the terrorists released the pictures of those they kidnapped after those they killed, though. And it's been 32 days now. They have been in captivity of the Boko Haram who took them, including women and children. Yeah? 32 days in the terrorist den. And the Minister of Transportation, Rotifmi Amechi, the Ubima Judas Iscariot, carried his cross because he wants to be president. He's already abandoned them. He said he asked for 3 billion naira to mount CCTV camera, but they did not give him. So waiting they won't make him do. Everybody go pay ransom, Jare. He won't be president. He can't enter Lagos. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ikubolaje, that's what they will say about Alaafin of Oyo. What would you say about this one? Oba Lagoon, who stood up from his own seat, Ijoku Oba, and he had to stand up to address Rotifmi Amechi.
And I tell everybody, future belongs to God. If it is efficiency, knowledge, activity, you are qualified. But future belongs to God. I pray God Almighty to give you good health, long life. Amen. You see, like Machiavelli, he said the end justifies the means. If you are looking for power, forget everything about morals. I don't have to be like that. I want to see you every time. The best will happen. God will give us the best man who will address all our problems, who will move Nigeria forward. If it is you, no problem. I want to see you. But you are very agile and honest to the fault. But politicians don't quarrel. They only disagree to agree what? To agree later. God Almighty allow you. I wish all of you join the masses. It shall be Sumo Sebila Yatsara for all of you. God will open the way for you. God bless. Thank you.
They say Maiyegun they talk, Maiyegun they talk. This Maiyegun, you don't have any respect. But if I don't see, I they talk. If I don't say things, do I talk when I don't see? Amechi brought bag of money to the point that Akinolu could not sit down. Let me stand up. Because I can imagine what the scenario was for him to finally stand up there, for him to stand up. First class Oba. Somebody that will compare himself with Ni of Ife. Oba TikTok. You see, Abi Oba Alaafin, Oba Gbesele. I just hear that only government girls college Oyo. All of you went to get government girls college Oyo. They said most of you had the experience that once they say Alaafin is coming around, they will have to send all of you who are already looking matured in your 16, 15 years old. they will say you should go back to the back of the queue so that laughing won't see you. Some of you are grown-up women now. You are now mommy and daddy. Abibeko, you didn't know that they were taking you away from a pedophile. They say, Kabi, excuse me. So I can imagine what the scenario was that Akinolu, Oba Lagoon, only Lagoon of Lagoon, oh, they don't load the money, enter. They don't bring the money, you know? And I was roti me. Kabiyesi sir. Roti me. Say, yes, sir, Kabiyesi sir. Because Amechi speak Yoruba very well, oh, for those who knows him more. Amechi wrote me when I was police officer serving in the eastern region. I used to be in Port Harcourt. You remember? I say, Kabiyesi sir. I say, bag yes, sir, that's the bag. They have to move them in, sir. Amechi, what do you come here for, Baba? I want to be president. I know that Asiwaju is your man. But I am consulting. I don't bring you your own share. What happened is that I want you to bless me. Share you get. So I can then imagine what or why Akinolu had to stand up. You know that money too much. You go come bless. See, me only joke. I can't sit down and pray for you. No. I have to stand up. Don't worry. Kabiyesi, don't stand up. Kabiyesi, now you will come see. Don't stand up. No. Don't worry. Amechi, don't worry. Let me stand up. Then he stood up. If you don't believe what I said, watch the video again and tell me that you can't imagine what I just described now. I've been waiting to make Oba. We they come visit. Shebi Kabiyesi go sit down like this. Visitors go come in. Everybody will sit down. Kabiyesi, Abi? Then Kabiyesi will take microphone and say, I bless you. I say this. The money too much. Akinolu disgraced himself, disgraced the stool, and disgraced some of you, Lagosians. It's just like say they hard for you to accept sometimes. Stubborn. Your shame, they shame me.
And I tell everybody, future belongs to God. If it is efficiency, knowledge, activity, you are qualified. But future belongs to God. I pray God Almighty to give you good health, long life. Amen. You see, like Machiavelli, he said the end justifies the means. If you are looking for power, forget everything about morals. Me, I don't have to be like that. I want to see you every time. The best will happen. God will give us the best man who will address all our problems, who will move Nigeria forward. If it is you, no problem. I want to see you. But you are very agile and honest to the fault. But politicians don't quarrel. They only disagree to agree what? To agree later. God Almighty allow you. I wish all of you join the masses. It shall be sumo sebila yatsara for all of you. God.
We have got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years. And Nigerians will know the difference.
You get it?
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Says all bobo. Their law says that if you want to run for office, you have to resign from your political appointment so that you can leave everything of government and everything no interference, no stealing of money, or no using the government money for your campaign, you can be able to concentrate. They've started screening people now. See them, they are carrying your money. All of these looted loans, now they are bringing them out, giving them to your Oba, giving them to different group of people, and everybody is catching the fever. Oba, any spirit that will make all of you, will make any of you on this platform, Maiyegun's Diary Politico, to ever catch this of their fever, I burn that spirit by the truth that comes out of us here, because I don't even know what to use to fight and see me then make them prevent you, other than just to tell you the truth and pray that you are never going to look look the other way. They were supposed to resign. Malami is still your your Attorney General, Minister of Defense, Minister of Justice, is already standing screening for the position of Bauchi, for the position of Kebbi State Governor. So he's just going to be your minister, and he'll be going about to campaign as governor of Kebbi. Then he'll be your minister. He'll be, you know what I mean? When is this madness going to stop? Amechi is your minister of transportation. The other guy is your minister of education state. Who else is in the game with them in there? Ngige, your minister of labor, and what? Productivity. More and more of Boko Haram's ministers are declaring for presidency, and some are saying that so all of them will declare for presidency, and they will loot money from everywhere they can take and just hand it over to APC, Egbekegbe, as a presidential form money. And look at all of you. You are just watching in shock. You are not saying it, are you? You are not. But that's the rigged system that they want you to go all out to convince somebody to get a PVC for. You've gotten your PVC. You are now looking for who to vote for, Abi. Don't worry. They will give you enough that will make you feel like anybody who is not among them can never lead you right. So what else? Not until you do it, possibly. You probably won't agree with people like me. So my message is for two people. One, to keep my own brethren under the spiritual guidance from people like you who are going to be blackmailed, manipulated, in order for you to come and manipulate people who have been living a sanctimonious life of sanctimonious political life, political understanding of what is going on in Nigeria, and will never be dragged into any of their charade anymore. They've chosen something different, something that many of these Nigerians considered as impossible. It will never happen because their leaders told them so. But what they didn't know is that they haven't asked their leaders why. Because they have no chance of asking, so to say, or maybe they have no courage of asking. So we want to save those who have known the truth, and we want to be more light, or what do you call it? Yeah, more light into the darkness of those who are still wallowing in that darkness. So it's a tough job, and then we are not giving up. So I am going to open my line, just as we do all the time. Yeah, I'm going to open the line. I'm going to take calls. Okay, and then we are going to raise funds. So I want you, my friends, as we all know that, this is a pay week, and this is also the pay weekend as we are moving down to the weekend. So if you have anything that you believe that you want to spare towards our fundraiser as we do, this will be the moment. But just before we get to that, go and grab your debit card, your credit card, your every other card you probably will need to use. Donation is voluntary. When I get back now, I'm going to take your calls. You make your contribution, you add your own to the whole conversation, and then we'll do that and that and that and that, and we'll also raise money. So if you are with me, and you have not left, take a moment and like the video, share it. It is your offerings. Come on, you know how we do it. So do that. When I come back and I make my tea, I will start taking calls. No. Prince Jejeman. So yeah, I have my first caller, and let me see if I can get him on. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
This is Ade from Texas.
Ade from Texas. You are my first caller tonight, so go for it, sir.
Yeah, God bless you, my brother.
Amen, sir.
Maiyegun, Nigeria happened to me.
Repeat, say that again.
Nigeria happened to me directly and indirectly about a month ago.
Please share that with us.
Maiyegun, àbúrò mi ọkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n jọ ń kúrò ní Jos wọ́n fẹ́ wá sí Iléṣà nílùú ọkọ wa ṣe wedding. Nigeria happened to them. After, let's say, about a 1 hour drive from Jos down south here. After 15 minutes, I'm currently military checking point. You just see this, these Fulanis. One of the maybe 10 or 20 cows. So it is. These are the kidnappers, the Fulanis. Ó fi mọ́tò ẹ̀ sí reverse, ó turn, ó face padà. Meanwhile, àwọn tó wà wájú ẹ̀, they are almost about 6 with guns. By the time tó máa fi turn back, ó face àwọn méjì, ìkan gbébọn dání, then ìkan mú sword dání bí àdá. Ó face the other one tó gbébọn, kí yẹn kó balance tó kọ́ ìbọn, ó fún jẹ straight. You know what Nigeria happened to me? My sister, with the shock, it passed out.
Jesus.
Maiyegun, one below. And then when they get to the military checking point, no report so happened. One not also go, take your wife to go one report the pastor, take your wife to they do nothing. One day a bloom ye day Jos Teaching University. Wow. Because it was passed out for almost about 21 days. Maiyegun, this is off record. They pay 30,000 every day. Something power generator.
Like a comma.
It's in common for 21 days. So they pay 30,000 for generator, something power in only save life.
900,000.
I'm telling you, immigrant, I chop my own here because I have to contribute. Say Nigeria, Maiyegun. I'm not just breakfast. I'm not be indirectly.
Far away, America, Texas.
We will come because about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we will come from Texas. We have about to look something like that. Also nonsense. Also one Nigeria. And one idiot, one Bakari about 3 days ago. Don't put that. Don't put it. They are crazy.
They don't understand. Sometimes when they are not victims, they will never understand.
Because almost half a million, I have to send it back home.
Something you didn't buy. You did not buy anything. You did not buy anything.
It's just another discharge the whole hospital.
As in Esa, I want our abroad and son no ransom to go for terrorists in now. Do you know that?
And anybody,
people are raising money abroad, sending it to them to pay for ransom.
Abroad, don't you support one Nigeria? Go you on Texas is by Maiyegun. If you come to America, if you have not been in Texas, you see what America. Come and see road. Come and see light. Come and everything. Somebody who can sit down in abroad. Only one Nigeria. Maiyegun, there are 3 categories. One, I want to allow abroad. I want to go Nigeria. Go last week. I want one Nigeria. Buhari did it. I want to pay the family won't come. One the government. Don't Then the third side, I want contact party in Nigeria. They want to oppress those guys there.
God bless you.
I want to see people one Nigeria. Go I want to one abroad and support one only kure.
Because you're a long path from one now.
I'm telling you because it happened to me. In fact, for the past 1 month, I've been watching talent because I can't call. If that's not okay. Let me call. Somebody now sit down abroad and tell me one Nigeria. For one Nigeria.
Ashe. Thank you so much.
That Baba today, the guy is crazy. With what you see in America here, as well as Texas. Thank you very much, Baba.
God bless you, sir. Saudi, you know, we are really sorry, by the way, but it is already happening. And I hope that people wake up enough to know that you don't need to be a victim before you speak out or before you even believe it. If it gets to your door, you probably won't have a chance of even like sharing the stories like this. I'm glad that, you know, his sister is fine. You know, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
Hello, my brother, Sonuda Aiki. Yeah. I wanted to talk about, you know, Mata. Mata.
Mata
I'm such a terrible learner. Trust me, I'm a terrible one. But well, I'll keep trying. Ahmed, how are you today?
I did fine.
You meet us on this, and I don't know which one you want to do. Do you want to do the first part that we love most first, and you give us the meaning, and then you wrap it up? Would you do that?
Yeah, I will do that.
Please, bro.
But before I
go for it, Ahmed.
I just feel what the last caller just said. You see, for those of us, those people that are watching, if you are watching now and you know you live abroad and you are there, you are still supporting one Nigeria because of maybe you have a business or you have one thing or the other. Let me tell you, now people like us even suppose support one Nigeria fast because people like us will be seen upon not them bonus everything of ours. I don't get you. I did tell you, you always do. I don't have a Yoruba friend. I don't have a Yoruba friend. I am the one that is supposed to support one Nigeria. But I have seen it all. I have seen it all, and I know that this thing is a deceit. So why are you deceiving yourself? If you like, make una continue to deceive on yourself. But be any last one I saw, any kuri, any kuri. And that Olabakari, you are going to kuri. I went to his I was saying, oh, ni kuri, to bang bobe, oh, ni kuri, I hear ni dabu. So let me go back to my normal.
That's called the opening remark. So go into the chapter now.
Yeah. So mutane na Hausawa ‘yan Arewa to mun ƙara dawowa as normal yadda abubuwan ke faruwa 2023 na ta matsowa komai yana ta faruwa sun fara shigowa da duka draman nan da suka saba wanda za su ce muku ai suna so su zo su rescuing Nigeria na kaza 2015 aka suka yi da Jonathan aka ce za a kawo wani ya zo ya rescuing Nigeria ku je ku duba from A to Z duka waɗanda suke contesting from A to Z ku duba su one after the other APC PDP ku je ku duba su completely za ku ga completely babu wanda ba barawo bane a cikin su babu wanda bai shiga siyasa a Najeriya yayi sata ba to wani option ake so a kawo muku Buhari da aka kawo muku 2015 an ce Buhari is the only person mai gaskiya integrity Mr. Integrity da me kuka kare kun kare da kuka da inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un ana nan 2023 kuma maimakon a zo a dinga maganan yaya za a yi settling a san menene wani irin system Najeriya ke running a'a ba wannan suke magana ba a'a suna maganan ya za a yi su yi zaɓe kuma an samu mutanen da suke maganan zaɓe ba shi bane abin da zai kawo zaman lafiya ba amma da yawa ba ku yadda ba da yawa kuna ganin ai sai in aka zaɓo leader mai kyau you only need a leader ko ba haka ba ubangiji Allah ya taimake ku a kawo muku leader nan ina ƙara gaya muku wallahi abinda Buhari ke yi wasa ne akan wanda next person din zai zo yi na Buhari is just a play ina gaya muku wanda zai zo after Buhari sai ya fi Buhari zama dan iska sai ya fi Buhari zama muguntan nashi sai ta fi worse saboda menene Najeriya ba ta running din system din da ya kamata shin ka tambaye kanka tun da aka ce an creating Najeriya dan me dalilin creating din Najeriya kai kana Bahaushe kai as an Hausa man ba ka gani yadda Faransa take French suke yi a garinsu 'yan Spain Spanish suke yi Italian Italy Italian suke yi su German suna speaking Germany suna speaking German amma kai a matsayinka na Bahaushe an ce ka ringa speaking English yaren da wani ya kawo daga wani wuri sai ka ce Nigeria is God creation ko Allah zai taimake ku God creation ko ba haka ba creation ɗinka as an Hausa person you are an Hausa person that is who you the real person you are you ka dinga kiran kanka Nigerian kana deceiving kanka ne kai ba ɗan Najeriya ba ne kai Bahaushe ne first kuma until you understand that before you know peace in ba haka ba ka ci gaba kana deceiving kanka kai ɗan Najeriya ne a Nigeria will be great one day za ka mutu you die before that Nigeria be great you are saboda yanzu wa'inda suke wurin ma they are already great by spending your money sun riga sun zama great so kai da you are they make you miserable every day kuma kana praying kullum go and pray meanwhile wa'inda suke sace kudinka if they need anything sai dai su bar Nigeria su tafi abroad su je su yi abin da za su kai an bakka da prayer ko ba haka ba mu ma musulmai ne fa we are Muslims and nobody is more Muslim than anybody. Amma kada ka bari a yi amfani da belief naka a cuce ka, a yi deceiving ɗinka da belief naka. It is very, very painful in na ga ana yin wannan abubuwan. But da yawan ku, you don't understand because you don't read. You need to go back, go and visit history. Ku je ku gani menene menene ya consistent da zama Nigeria. 1914 da aka zo aka hada mu complete aka kawo Northern Protectorate da Southern Protectorate aka jona shi saboda for what reason aka yi wannan abu. Ku koma ku fara bincike kuna dubawa why are we called Nigerians first of all because before ka zo ka ringa defending abin da baka sani ba. So it will be better for kowa ya koma ya zo ya je karanci history ka je ka yi digging ka gani fact ka san peace ka samu rest of mind ka zo stop defending what you don't know ka daina defending abin da baka sani ba ba shi bane kuma ka daina zuwa kana kiran Allah after ka yi mistake ɗin ka sai ka zo kana kiran Allah ma sai ya tsine ma wallahi sai Allah ya tsine ma saboda you cost yourself the pain amma ka dawo kana kiran sai Allah ya tsine ma. So that is it, Maiyegun.
God bless you. You tell them, Kowa Jomo, Yaduka, Buka, Shime, everybody go on his own. You know what I mean? So, one more thing, dear Ahmed, I want you to please, just quickly, I know you tried your best by mixing it up enough for us to understand enough, yeah? You can just give me a summary for my viewers because we've been so rapidly with rapt attention. So go for it.
Yeah. So basically, Maiyegun, just telling them about their 2023 charade, and the for everybody to keep thinking most because I've seen this online most the time. You see that most of the people that continue to claim that one Nigeria, they are from the north. Even from the south, we have them, but most of the people doing it from the south. You will see that they are not really doing it because they don't know the fact. They know because most of them are educated. They know, but just because of Allah and genuine, so they will never want to accept the reality. But you see the north, for real, not most of them. They know that amalgam, but they don't have interest in it because they always believe in their leaders. They always believe what the leaders from the north say. That is why you see that they are still backward. So I'm trying to tell them that you people need to start visiting history. The Nigeria that you are praying that it will get better, the Nigeria was created by the sole person that you will look at today and tell him, you call him Kafiri. A white person, you can call him Kafiri. When Kafiri, all these Kafiri, those white people, they are the ones that created that Nigeria that is so dear to you. So why are you where they call them Kafiri? You can't be so dear to waiting they create give you. No be juju, no be madness with that. So they tell them they need to understand that they need to go back to history. May they begin teach themselves. And I said, all the people with APC, PDP don't bring out all the pictures, they don't they show themselves, they won't contest. May they go look around. Shana, those people won't save them from waiting Buhari, their Mr. Integrity in 2015, where they carry come. Shana and them won't come save them. They can never get out of it. They can never make it out. They can only see worse. Buhari na the Mr. Integrity we them bring. He passed all of them with the idea. So waiting those ones won't come rescue. Instead, they go come put you inside double soup. The one where you did. Now play the one with those ones go anybody we then choose from that one where they go carry
the
come.
System that allowed them to do that. So to them. So
make them understand. Say it is not by saying Allah should give us a good leader. No, Nigeria doesn't have a running system until everybody begin to ask. And you, the Northerners, are the ones that are still left behind. You need to stand up. Not just, if I'm even saying not that, you the Hausa people, let me be clear. You the Hausa people, you are still the ones left behind. Because if you say, no, if you go to Southern Kaduna, all those places you have Christian, most of them, they still made them come negotiate, like waiting they happen, waiting they solve. But I'm talking about the Hausas, gone. Hausas speaking people, most of them
still we have been hearing about the Hausas in some part of the north now, especially Yobe and all that they are now clashing with the Fulanis, and it's serious right now. Like they are now really much like. Well, it's been underreported for now. Yeah.
There is one video of one woman like that. I don't know how I can send you the video when she was saying they don't begin speak up for real.
I mean, like they are already hamming up to go after. They go to villages that they knew that the Fulanis have been there for a while, but they gave them those places. They are now kicking them out, and it's serious going on now. That's why people are now fearing that if Buhari is gone, there is some other war looming that people are not prepared for right now.
Of course, there is one video I don't know how you can hear. The lady was saying something about it is high time. She's from the north. She said everything. I was just listening because she said, if you look at the people that are benefiting most, they are the people from the south. They are in our universities in the north. They are the Kinikon, Osha Soro. Then at the end, waiting me, I just grab what I like inside this. It is better let us go separate ways. Then let's see who go suffer. I just laugh. Say this one, no, it is.
Small,
but you don't pass message come out. You don't pass message. No,
let me take another one again there. Okay, thank you very much, Oba. So my caller, please hang on there for me for a sec. Let me say thank you to my donors. So I have already received 15 pounds from my donor from the last 15 minutes. So thank you. That means I've been receiving a pound per minute. All right. So if tonight is not the night, fine. Okay. But if you are still up for it, this is the moment before we close it down, because we only have about 20 minutes or 25 minutes to go. And if you really want to be part of it, do it now that we are live, or you can do it another time. So for those asking me for the account details, yeah, this is it. You can save it, write it down, and use it with the message. Sorry, one sec. With the message that it is for this donation that we are, pulling together here, the intervention fund, so to say. So yeah, you can use this account details and send that. But again, do it while we are here, or do it at your own convenient time. But remember, donation is voluntary. Nobody will force you to do it. Please do it if you feel like you can. But yeah, thank you to my first donor, my first two donors. Thank you. 15 pounds I've made already. Hello, sir.
Hey, Maiyegun, my personal person.
Yes, sir. Baba, how far?
Well, I'm here. It's been a while. I've not been able to call in. I've been trying. Even yesterday, I tried a lot.
I know.
But
anyway.
I'm
glad you made it tonight. So it's good to hear from you, sir. How are you?
Yeah. How are you and the family over there?
We are fine. We are, kind of getting ready too. Next month, May, is a big month for us. So it's a big stuff. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank God for that.
Thank you, sir.
Maiyegun, have you heard that Malami have declared?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And he's still the Minister of Justice. Yes.
Yeah. He's still the Minister of Justice. I would lori burukuma champagne. You see, this is my concern and a kind of question. What as the Igbos? What is that thing that they have committed that there were a lot of hatred for them? You see, the last time there's this one of the gatekeepers. One of the gatekeepers was saying that if APC or PDP should give the ticket to the Igbos, that they are going to declare northern state as out of Nigeria, right?
Yeah, that they are going
their
to
own region.
But what happened is that what happened is that that story is fake. It's not true. But I get those who actually pull that. Okay, is absolute fake. So I don't want you to please quote that. Yeah. But I actually get why some people pull that the Miyetiala, or the leader of the Northern Youth, said if PDP should give their ticket to an Igbo man or APC, that they are going to declare Arewa Republic. It doesn't make any sense. But they never said that, sir. Go on, sir. Go on.
Okay. I hope it's not that. But the thing is, even their attitude, their everything is.
But they did say, maybe in addition, right? They did say that if PDP give their party presidential ticket to an Igbo man, they will mobilize the Northern youth to vote for another party. If APC do that,
to vote for
they
another
will
party.
mobilize. They will never
You can
vote for
imagine
Igbo.
that.
So they said that, but they never said they would declare their republic. That's like taking it too far.
So this is what we are telling our people.
In one Nigeria.
This is to tell us that these people doesn't even want to, release that power to any other region in that country.
No.
And this is why we are telling our people to wake up now. Wake up now before it is too late. A lot of people have been calling me about this billboards, and I was so happy. People are seeing it everywhere, and when you're doing it,
and you get so
and by the grace of God, Maiyegun, click. I think you said it's 200,000 naira
to make
right?
one. Yeah,
to make one. By the grace of God,
bless you, sir. Anybody don't let once you need it, just talk to Maiyegun, and I will send you the what do you call the design, everything. Just send it to your own printer.
No, Maiyegun, Emi ò tiẹ̀ ní pé fún printer àwọn tó ń ṣe yẹn náà ni ìgbà kan sanwó ni.
I like that. Operation sponsor one billboard.
One billboard, that's it.
Yeah. So when people say some of them won't some of them won't discuss openly, like freely by but some of them are things on the form of your need tip. I got to contact you see back with Tabani the mobile numbers email address every other means of contact up to 80 million one le. Which means kí máa fáwọn èèyàn 80 million èèyàn ní mẹ́sẹ̀gì Yorùbá Nation lórí fóònù wọn ẹ káàárọ̀ ojúmọmọ o ìjọba tó mọ́ lẹ́nu o ẹ má gbàgbé o ọmọ Yorùbá ó ti yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ irú àwọn messages bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mo lè máa ṣe every day without even having to go and knock anybody's door and say hello mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ right from my room here 70 million people.
Maiyegun.
Baba.
Ẹni tó bá náà lè ṣe ẹni tó bá ní kí la máa ṣe. Òun lè yan ṣe hàn. A máa ṣe hàn wọn. A máa ṣe hàn wọn. A máa ṣe hàn wọn. Ọlọ́run á kún ẹ lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo àwọn tí Ọlọ́run bá máa lò pẹ̀lú ẹ. Tí gbogbo ẹ̀ fi máa ṣe tí òfin ní sí ìjákulẹ̀. Ọlọ́run á gbé wọn dìde. Ọba tó ṣáájú Ísírẹ́lì tó ń fi la òkun pupa já. Aṣíwájú wa nílẹ̀ Oòduà. A débẹ̀ dandan. Ànígbà tá a bá máa débẹ̀ gbogbo wa àti gbogbo ọkàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Maiyegun Diary Politico àti gbogbo ọkàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Oòduà Suffering Nation tọkàntọkàn ẹnìkankan wa ò ní dàwátì.
Thank you, sir.
Adébẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Maiyegun, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Ọlọ́run máa fún ẹ ṣe o.
Àmín o bàbá ṣe kú àdúró tí.
A ò ní wá ẹ.
Àmín bàbá.
Agbára Ọlọ́run.
Thank you, sir.
Ṣé máa bá mi kí ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Gbọ́ everybody máa gbọ́ tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ gan. Thank you, sir.
Mo mọ̀ pé lọ́jọ́ kan màá kàn gbọ́ pé Maiyegun mo wà ní airport o.
Wọ́n ti tó bá jẹ́ mi ní mo surprise ẹ̀yin kọ́ńkọ́. Because mo wà ní London the other day and some people were just like, no, I don't believe this. No, this is impossible.
Èmi wo gbogbo ẹ̀ láì. Gbogbo ẹ̀ mo rí ẹ London mo wo gbogbo ẹ̀.
So àwọn èèyàn kan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ yìí pé àwọn tí ń sọ pé jọkànjọkàn ń bọ̀ ní Glasgow pé bọ̀ look at it àwọn kan walking to me lórí Peckham. Wọ́n ti bá lè máa surprise mi tó jẹ́ mi mo surprise yín kọ́ ní city yìí. I just don't know.
Well, whichever way
náà ni Karo di máa ṣọ Karo ṣọmọdì.
Karo ṣọmọdì kí ti sábà wà lóko bàbá mi.
Kábíyèsí o. Ó dára sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So that's a powerful one there because that's the kind of relationship I've discovered now that I am beginning to sort of grow. So when I was in London, I felt this kind of sense of community. You know what I mean? Sense of community where people who have actually been like, Maiyegun, I kind of love that, So cool. Hello there.
Tuale.
Baba.
I did, Baba.
Oh, yeah.
People saw last Texas. You're from Texas.
Baba, how are you tonight?
I'm here. At least
I know it's day in America anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I stay in Texas in America.
I know.
Yeah, Baba. Ekusholua.
Baba.
Ekusholua.
Nah, I know you about Dasitolua.
In fact, I'm not too surprised seeing about Kiolu standing up for Amici, about Koluka even standing up for Kumi.
They believe that nothing is wrong in that, but guess what? They don't find it offensive. But when we talk, now us, they offend them. Say they talk. Say you don't even have respect. Don't talk like that.
A whole first class Oba Iweku. Odi de fun Amechi Joko, Amechi boy, what are you talking about, boy?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, boy?
Yeah.
Is it not enough for? I'm not too surprised because they've sold their soul. The highest bidder. The highest bidder. The other day I was opportune to listen to one of the four histories. You know that most of this slave trade are not better.
In fact, your it's true, yeah.
Yeah. So are you telling me that these ones have not actually sold the Yoruba race also? What is talent? What is everything?
Into modern day slavery.
Yeah, modern day slavery. Go to the team more bandits don't go back. They go back. Go back. Rest of it. What is that? They have no value in the land. So if anybody is waiting for Oba to come and support them to gain freedom, so this man, you are wasting your time. You are lost far back. You are lost. Then this issue of when you go to Nigeria, if you like talk from
John Tori Olorun ora gari.
Kora gari baba.
So
let's not get distracted by the people in Nigeria are not the youth in Nigeria. The people in Nigeria are not even with yes. Let's just continue infiltrating the way we are infiltrating. These text messages, email, billboard, Google that even these text messages that say you want to be waking them up with. Yeah. Those are the little ways we can be entering. Yeah. Only a little drop of water make a mighty ocean.
Eventually.
When Noah was telling people that the flood is coming up, did anybody? How many people listen to him? That's exactly what we are doing. Many people not listen to you, but even when it was,
how did they gather all these people? What did they tell them that all these people came out to go and listen to them, Abi? Is that not what they will say later? How did they get all these people to listen to them? They won't know, and they will never know.
That's it. Even when Awolowo was even doing his own, there are people that were even against him also, saying that what is he talking about? At the long run,
eventually.
So let's just get relaxed and keep pushing as we are pushing. This fundraiser, to God be the glory. You are doing well. It shall continue, and we make more exploit. Question of 50,000. By the grace of God, before that money is shut down, I'm at 50,000 pounds.
Amen. They said I've been lazy.
We will do more. Yes. We will do more than 50,000 pounds.
I know.
Because now the issue of the Igbo, the first the Hausas with the British did was they first brought about some stories to divide the Igbos and the Yorubas. The Yorubas suspect the Igbos. The Igbos suspect the Yorubas. Then the Civil War, it was Awolowo that made them lose the Biafra war. So many Igbos hated the Yorubas. And the Yorubas, the Igbos they are the one that are trying to come and that have started the war. They are the one that destroyed the plan of the independence by the coup they led. All kinds of stories. We're not stories.
Different divisive stories. That's why I said that we're supposed to learn from history. We are not supposed to be imprisoned by it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You learn from divisive from there, build from it, and get whatever you want to get. Now that you know better, but so many people prefer to be imprisoned.
To God be the glory. So this your platform is now opening people's eyes and ears.
Amen.
This division is man-made. Just to keep us slaves in our land. Just to keep us slaves in our land. By the grace of God, all their efforts is not in Baba. One is very more. Baba, let me allow you to continue your program. Keep on the good work.
Nice
God bless
man.
you.
Thanks so much for the support.
Wale, Baba. Wale. Eko Wale.
Yeah, go Wale.
Eko Wale.
Straight up, Baba. Oh yeah, now. Hello there, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are
One
you?
name, mother.
One name.
One name, the number.
My brother, sir.
You are everything. You are everything everybody is looking for.
Thank you.
Right, when it comes to one name, anything anybody is looking for, as regards to who is a brother,
Thanks,
you have shown you are a brother.
Thank you. One
You know, yeah. I want to contribute to the last, the previous caller right now.
Please.
Yeah. You know, sometimes people talk about civilization. Civilization is when you look at the history of university, it all started somewhere in Morocco. The ideology behind it is that people should come together and interact with one another. It is just like what you have in most of the programs they do, like the Big Brother, Europe, Africa, whatever. You know, that was the essence of the university, and that is what is called civilization. People interact with one another to be able to communicate with one another and accept each other, the acceptability part of it.
That's right.
But the truth to the matter, when, or like he said, yes, they give us all those stories as regards to the Biafran war, the civil war. I don't want to call it Biafran war anymore. It's the civil war. Yes, they try to tell us that, oh, it's an Igbo coup.
Yeah, it was
that
an
led
Igbo
to
coup.
war.
And they did so well to twist that history. Till tomorrow,
Yeah,
some people will fight you
did
singularly because if you say no be Igbo coup, they will fight you singularly for that.
Yeah, but did you ask yourself, what is the genesis, the root, why that war started or why that coup was done? You didn't ask yourself. If people were not gaslighted or killed in the northern part of the country because of their belief or whatever,
yes.
If the Sadana has not come out to speak with an evil mind, saying that, oh, that instead of they will give the people of the South, especially the people of the Igbo heritage, instead of they give them the job, they better go and give it to somebody who comes from abroad, who is non-Nigeria.
Yes.
They call it an expatriate. Those words you are looking at are gaslighting. And when he said those words, in few months' time, the genocide happened in the northern part of Nigeria.
Go on, Osita, please.
Yes, the genocide started in the northern part of Nigeria.
That is true.
And somebody comes up and tells you that the Igbo, even I was watching, is this Igbo guy in Gige, whatever. He said, oh, he said, when he was talking about Tunde Bakari, he said, oh, that the coup was not warranted. I said, this is not a coup. Do you know the meaning of coup? The coup is when I try to overtake the government and I install myself as the head of state. But that particular thing that was done was not in respect.
Nothing related to that, no.
Nothing related to that. So I now said to myself, what are we talking about? The reason we are having this conversation today is because we don't want to teach what is called history, true history. We don't want to have a true conversation on what has happened before.
Yes.
We keep talking about it and we keep saying that, oh, it's an Igbo coup. No, go and read about the whole thing that was done. You will find out that those guys have no intention of seizing power.
No.
What they wanted to do was to clear these people out and look for a new generation of people that have a better idea on how to move the nation forward. That was their reason of doing this thing.
Yes.
So I do not know the reason people will come up and they'll say that it's Igbo coup. I want to
Osita, you are asking that you don't know why. You do, because those who finally wrote the history of what happened, They are the criminals who later went on to commit. They are those behind the program. They are those who later led to a civil war, right? And they have been the ones, right, who have now forced the entire one together under one whip today. So you do.
Yes, and I will. And sometimes I watch this thing. One thing I like doing is that I don't like it when somebody else their views here, and it will look as if someone else comes to say some things that is not in line with what the person say, because that is what they want us to be doing. Those criminals, that's what they want us to be doing, having issues with one another here. But it is good that we lecture ourselves. It is good that most of the time, before we come out here, like the way you spoke to that person, you said, oh, that the Mietiala said this, he said, and you immediately told him that is not actually the fact. It's not correct.
No.
That is something that we have to learn how to do.
We must.
You know, what we had during Obatemi Awolowo and then Nnamdi Azikiwe time, what we had at that particular point was a healthy competition between two intellects. Just the way you have in America here, there is conservative and there is liberal.
Yeah.
The Democrats will say something, the Republicans will say, oh, the other thing, the other way around. What we are looking for, those two men were looking for that time, was a way to succeed as a nation.
Yes.
But the truth was that the white people were able to come in between. And what did they use? They used the mind of the one that has nothing, absolutely nothing to give,
offer.
nothing to offer, no brain, no nothing, manpower, zero, everything. They used that one to create that division. That is where the Fulani people came into being. Because because you will know it's not by their making, it's by the making of the white men. Because what they know, one thing about the Western world is divide and rule. If you can allow them to divide you successfully, they will rule you successfully and kill you till eternity. So what did they use? They are the ones that told us in the history of the world, nowhere in the world, that somebody will tell you that the population in desert area is more than the population in the green area. I have never seen it. It is only in the Federal Republic of that Janjaweed nation called Nigeria. That is the only place that we have it.
And then you have professors, educated people who have done researches about geography and all of that, and they agreed and they settled for that. Nobody challenged it.
Yes, and people are not asking questions. At the beginning of Nigeria, it is called Wazobia. Those are the three ethnic districts. That is what they told us, Wazobia. The Wadia is for the Yoruba. The Zo is for the Hausa. Not for Hausa Fulani.
No.
But later on, we started hearing about Hausa Fulani. Now, nobody's talking about Hausa. Now, nobody's talking about the Hausa. Everybody is talking about the Fulani. About 2 years ago or 3 years ago, right there in Abia State, the Abia State Commissioner of Education came out in public when they were having a public discussion and said that he had the mandate to remove this book from the school curriculum. What did the book say? The book said that in the southern part of Nigeria, you have the Yorubas and the Igbos dominant. That is where they stay. The Igbos stay in the southeast. The Yorubas stay in the southwest. Then they came and said the south, the other people. They said they stay in tiny regions. But the Fulani is all over Nigeria. Is that a truth? Is that a fallacy? That is a mendacity at the highest order.
Yes.
I have never seen that kind of lies in my life before.
No.
And you said that the Fulani is all over Nigeria. This is one thing I want people to understand. Do not look at our differences, but look at what we want to achieve.
Yes.
The same ideology, the same thing you have in the head of an Igbo man is what we have in the head of a Yoruba man.
That's right.
Which is the ability to live with one another. I have you for all my life, I have never heard that the Igbos attack anybody who lives in their domain. No. Go to our places, you will see a lot of Hausas and Fulani people there. The same thing you have in Lagos State. If not for anything, I mean, in Yoruba land, if not for anything, they are the ones that are megas and every other thing in the locality in the southern part of Nigeria, and nobody attacks them. Then you ask yourself, on the reverse, if anything, even somebody do something in faraway Sweden, in Europe, that the next thing they will do, they will carry on those people who are living in their land.
Yeah, who probably didn't have a clue. Something happened in Sweden.
In Sweden. So this is something I want Nigerians to understand. I have said it day before yesterday. I said it on this program.
Yes.
Let's not be. I don't want to know what Abata Maiyegun did wrong, what Vic did wrong, what Ojukwu did wrong. But that's what they did was at what it is obtainable at that particular
time.
Period.
Exactly.
What we are talking about now, it is what we are facing. If we continue to dig the past and dig the past like that, yes, we have to dig the past to know what happened. But if we keep talking about it, trying to apply it, we will not get to any place.
No.
The only way we'll get to where we are going to is for us to make sure that we approve the application of time and season which we dwell in now is in sync with what we are going to achieve tomorrow.
And we hold our hands hand in hand and face it together. God bless you, Sita. You know, you are a gem. And I love listening to you, Baba. But thank you for tonight. Our time is up. I'll take one more, just one more. And that will be me tonight. Before I take this call, right? My caller, please hang on there for me for a minute, please. Yeah. I want to say thank you to my friends tonight who have chipped in their own widow's mite into our jar. So I have checked now, and that means we have managed to raise 100 and what's that? I think we've raised about we started from 545. So now we have we started from 455 rather. Now we have 620. That means we've raised about how much? 615 or 715. I mean, sorry, that's bad. 115. So anyway, I'll calculate that later. I want to say thank you to every one of you who chipped in one or two things. Let me take my last call and I'll tell you how much we raised. Okay. So hello there.
Maiyegun, the only one general. The only one 10-star general. Rodney from London.
Rodney, sir. You see,
it was
Rodney.
An awesome pleasure meeting you.
If you see Rodney, you say you have Rodney brothers. So when you see Rodney, you see Rodney brother. Then when they are both called Rodney brothers. Lovely people. How are you tonight, sir?
We praise God. How are you, man?
Am fine.
It was
it's
beautiful.
good to hear from you.
I say, I've not been calling in, but I've been following the daily madness. I thank God for you because, like I said, the oil is on your head to do this job, and you are doing it
for you to honor your own calling. You told me something about that, and I'm waiting. So, Rodney, how are you?
We are there. We praise God. I just say again, I'll say I thank God for you and what God is doing with you, and for all these people that call in to these shows like Osita, all these people who are truly have understanding of our history.
Yes.
Because it's our history that tells us that why things are the way they are right now.
That's right.
And all I just want to say today is we should have hope. Everybody should have hope. Because like when they talk, they say when wind blow, foul nyash will open.
Eventually.
Wind don't blow, foul nyash don't open. This one, nobody feel denial. Nobody feel hold anything again. The people who they behind all these things, all of them, their whole cover don't they blow. The Europeans cover don't they blow. Nigerians or the people, yes, Nigerians, we know be Nigerians. So the Nigerians cover don't they broke. It don't they blow, I mean.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we must have hope. This is the end of the end. By the time we Oodua and Biafra free, the whole of Africa go free. Everybody is talking about this thing now. People are conscious. People are waking up. If you go on YouTube, you'll be surprised how many people are talking about this whole bondage that we are in. The little one way we did for Nigeria, not just a fragment of what they happen to the whole African people, the whole black race. Not just tiny little, but now we be the key to the rest. Now we be the real key. Many people they've had their freedom already. Look at Zimbabwe. Look at, but a few African countries, they've come out already.
South Sudan, which are those who are so recent. We have Tanzania as well. This other, you're right.
That's right. And I'm telling you, and you see this useless AU. I don't even know what these crazy people do when they come together. They are so brainless. They are still the same puppets. That they are puppets of the white. Still, they will gather together and when the useless Western world, when they decide to sanction an African nation that says we want to be free, you will see these idiots, these morons, these puppets. They will all jump together and join in sanction. Zombie fella talk the truth. When you look all these people, zombie people where their head no correct, And I thank God. I just want everybody to have hope. This thing I like, but the former caller, I believe, was it I like it. So this not small, but we don't get there already. If you want chop elephant, now small you they chop on my brother. Make I leave this thing. May I leave you, may you round up the way you want round up. To sign it today.
Send me where to Senior Rodney too.
And
nice one. And it's actually a pleasure, hearing from you tonight, sir. So thank you, and you have a good evening. Okay.
I will reach you back. I just don't want your private.
Rodney. You see, when I met Rodney in London, I was when they came down to they realized I was at where I was, and they came as 3, and then they walk around. They're like, Maiyegun, me. I'm just like, hey, and they're like, no, that's not the kind of hey we want. This is Rodney. I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know. I was like, Rodney? I said, yeah, this is Rodney. I was like, oh, I know this too. And it's good to hear from you again tonight, sir. Honestly, you have a good one, yeah.
God bless
nice
you
one,
too.
Sir. Yeah, nice one. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. I would love to speak to some of my friends who are still calling because we started late. That's why I had this extension of 10 minutes in the first place, okay? But we will have it again tomorrow. And hopefully I'm going to hear from you. And you can say what you want to say today that I have not been able to pick the calls because of our time. You'll probably be able to say it tomorrow as well, okay? So join me same time tomorrow, 8 p.m. usually. That's our key time. Except an emergency or a breaking news happens, except for that. So you can always meet me at 8 p.m. every night, right? To never miss that, remember, you need to subscribe, okay? Go under this video, click on that, my name there, Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Go on to that channel, right? Click at the subscribe button. It's just like the same way you like my page, or you like my video, you like my pages on Facebook as well, okay? So thank you so much to all my friends who actually joined, all of you who joined me tonight, those who have left, and those of you who stayed there from the beginning to the end, including those of you who joined us in the middle, who probably would love to watch this from the beginning again. All of you, my callers, the contributors, those who contributed in the comment section, and especially those who shared, and to every new member that joined my platform today, at least who made up their mind today to join, I want to say thank you to you, all of you. As usual, I'm going to be back again some other time. And when I do, I want to meet you here. And I bet you would love to spend another time with me again, won't you? Thank you. I'll see you some other time. And to everybody watching, good night from here.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàbùsù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.